All right. Now you can see where it's going. You can see the displacement. Now I'm going to add my. We're going to turn this comp off. All right, just for now, just so it's not visible. And we're going to put this in the back. We want the original comp in the front. Okay, just the regular comp with no effects added to it. Just the regular keyed comp. That's got to go in the front, all the way on the top. All right, so now you can see the displacement is working. And it looks just fine. You know, even though we used a third res, it looks just fine. And it's running nice processing, nice and smooth and fast. No waiting or anything. And it's just as good as if we were to use the high res version, because it's just an effect. You know, we don't really need the detail in it because it's just an effect, and we're going to be blurring it anyway. So what's the point, right? All right. So now get to a point to where you can see the lines good. You know, the edges, and now it's going to be your choice. We can take the colored comp and add color to it. All right. That's our color layer. And that gives our displacement trail some color of the character, and that's why I said we use that, and that's this one. We only need the color from it, right? And what you can do is, if it's too much color, just go ahead and get rid of some of the color. Just turn the opacity down a little bit. You know, the blur to me is fine at 3. So if you don't, you know, if it's too much color, you can also try setting it to add, but as you can see, that doesn't look good. But I usually set it to color. Oops, sorry, color, because that's all you want this one for. Okay, now the outline one, it's a different story. You set that one. This is the outline comp. You can set that one to overlay, and it just gives the lines more detail, right? And you can also duplicate it and add, you know, set it to maybe throwing a light in there, or even an add. If you want to add, you know, just brightness to it, just see it brightens up the lines a little bit. You can set it, you know, try a couple different ways of doing it. Linear dodge possibly might be good. On, off, yeah, it does help. Highlight the outlines. So this part's really going to depend on the color of the background. So certain ways might look better depending on the background, how bright or dark it is compared to the actual color of the character. You can do a color one. Let's see how that one looks. Barely even notice the color one. Soft light. No. Multiply. Nope. Okay, we'll do the add. Maybe do another duplicate just to see how it looks, and set it to color on that one. Okay, none on that one. Like I said, just play with them. I like the lighten one best. I don't really like to see the line that's glow that much. So we're gonna turn that. Get rid of the add one. Keep the overlay one, because it gives a darker. And this one just highlights the backs here. So the overlay seems to darken these up, which works out really good. But you know, as you can see, it's the trail. You got the displacement, and your outlines are showing. Now, if you don't like the color one, you can turn off the color one. You don't need that color one in there. You can completely turn it off, or just, like I said, tweak it down, just to get some color in there, just so you can see it, because it kind of, you know, the outline has color itself, because don't forget, that was a colored outline that we did of the actual body. So there's color in there, you can see it. So, you know, you can use this one just to add a teeny bit of color to it, you know, just a little bit more if you're not getting enough color. So that helps bring that in. And then you can, you know, once you do that, you can go ahead and play with the settings of that one. Set it to an add, and you know, the add might look just fine then. Doing an overlay for that one, multiply. Just trying to figure out which one's going to look best. Mixing them up a little bit. Lighten. And that's pretty much it. Yes, like I said, you can see the outline just fine. I'm gonna try overlay and then a lighten, I guess. Turn that one back on. That one looks pretty good. Alright, I just want to see some edge. And alright, that's pretty much it. You know, that's how you get that going. You get your displacement, and if you don't like your displacement, you know, mess around with the displacement a little bit. Go back to it and, you know, crank it down if you don't like too much, or if you want more, you know, however much you want. It's all really depends. But this way works really smooth and fast by using a lower resolution and doing it that way. And we'll go full size here. And you know, when you go full size, it's, you know, it's nice quality. It's nice edges. It's smooth, it's not all jaggedy. But that is definitely a quicker way, and actually the blurring of the lines actually helps bubble it out a little bit more, making it look like there's a surrounding air mass around her. So, you know, it does help to blur them a little bit. I mean, you can go back and tweak your blur if you want, you know, just add a little bit more blur to it. And that would be third res keyed comp. Load that one up. Would be this one. You know, if you want to try more blur, go ahead and try it. Set it to 3. Set it even higher if you want. But you know, you want to make sure you can still see the outlines, and you don't want to blur too much. So, like that. You know, you'll get thicker displacement. You know, it'll hide the if you hide the edges too much, then it might not. It's not really a good thing. See, we're hiding the edges a little bit. So just go back and forth, get to a point where you can see the edges, and then just go back and forth, and you know, try a lower number. Let's see how that looks. You know, you'll get more detail in the trail, and you can go with 1. So, you know, don't be afraid to go back and just check and see how 1 will look. Because, you know, once you do the displacement, it made the edges, the rough edges from scaling up might not show because it's set in this, you're only using it. And sometimes it does help. See here, you got some jaggedies there, but that actually looks good. It gives a rippley effect. So there's nothing wrong with that. So, you know, it just depends. But it definitely works a lot quicker this way. But you know, that's how you do that. Explain how to get your outline going. So now you know how to do that just fine. And you know how to get your solid version, which is there. Alright, and now this is just with the standard After Effects Echo effect. You can use trap code also, because that works just as good, even better. If you don't, what I'll probably do is go ahead and do a second tutorial on how to do the trap code one. If nobody knows how to do that one and they like this tutorial, I'll continue on from this one, and I'll go ahead and do the trap code. But trap code works just as fine. This way I can get the one with the built-in After Effects plugins. I can get this one out so people can have it and start getting to work on their trails. A lot of people don't have the trap code particular, so what's the point? But I'll probably do a second tutorial, and I'll refer them to this one to get going on the keying and all that stuff, get everything to that point, and then I'll show you how to use instead of echo effect, I'll show you how to use trap code particular. Let me see what my time limit is. Alright, I'm just gonna go now because it's already at 30 minutes, and hopefully YouTube will allow me to cut this off and separate it into 3 parts. Alright, thanks for listening, and hopefully I'll be able to get that other tutorial on trap code soon. See you later.